Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be talking about my top 3 picks for tier 10s in World of Tanks Blitz. Now, I want to specify, I do not think that these 3 tier 10s, well, maybe the WZ-113 GFT, I believe, is one of the strongest, if not the strongest TDs, right up there next to the Badger, but when it comes to the Progetto and the Krandong, I don't believe that either of these are the strongest tier 10s in the game, but I do believe that I feel most confident when running these vehicles. So that is exactly what today's video is on, my top 3 picks of my most confident takes. Now the Kron, for anybody that's been watching the channel for a decent amount of time, most people know why I love the Kron so much, and that is down to its just insane turret armor. Its hull armor is okay. It got nerfed by like 10 millimeters in update 9.1, but it doesn't really make a difference because the whole point of a Kron is having turret armor, and a lot of turret armor at that. It also has a very accurate gun. It's got a 3-shell auto-reloader, and that's really all it's got going for it. It doesn't have the craziest alpha, but it does have the ability to deal 1200 damage in a matter of 6 seconds, which is pretty dang strong. So as long as you keep 1 or 2 shells in your clip, you should be fine. Now the vehicle changed a bit in the recent years of the game, where its clip went from having more DPM as a single shot to now more DPM still as a single shot, but it went from your first shell to your third shell. So that is one thing to keep in mind about the Kron, is how the shell reload capabilities have changed on it. Now we got an E50M off to the side, and the only thing I'm a little worried about right now is where the 183 is, because obviously 183s are quite scary tonks, and I don't want to be shot by one. Now we're going to get a nice shell into that VK90, although that player was waiting for me, unfortunate, but that's, again, not the biggest of worries I have right now. The biggest worry is where the heck that 183 is, but judging that the 183 appears to be missing in action, I'm going to drive over towards my T110E5, where the E50M is, and maybe, just maybe, I can absolutely badonker this guy. Oh, there he is, the 183. Now the 183 is looking over towards this way, but, well, not really sure how worried I should be about him. Maybe I can bait a shell from the 183. Doesn't look like he's actually looking at me. We also got a bounce from the enemy VK. Interesting. And our E5 looks like he's going to clear that player. I don't know what's going on this battle, I'm going to be real. What I am going to do is poke this VK90, get 1 pen into him right there. We're going to load a heat shell, get a 2nd pen in, and, well, I was going to say back up before we get hit by that camping VK, but it seems like I'm not going to. That's mighty unfortunate. Let's back up before the 90 hits us, though. We've dealt 1400 damage so far, and I would say that the Kron is doing well, but well, we're not really able to put it in a hold-down position, are we? This is just one of those really weird battles where we're not able to put it in the situation that it really wants to be stuck in. Now, the great news is that this 183 has virtually no chance of penning us. Now, he can damage us with a Hess shell, which is why I'm not going to push him until we have enough clip potential to at least deal a pretty decent chunk. So, we're going to wait. We got 4 more seconds left. Again, I know that this 183 really can't do anything to me, so I'm just waiting. We got 6 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. We have our clip ready. Let's go for 1 shell into the 183. There you go, 445 damage. As you can see, that 183 really just cannot pen us, doesn't deal enough damage, and with that, well, yeah, he's not enjoying life all too much. Now, we do got a Yo all the way in the back, but I'm not too worried about that Yo. Our Vickers Light is going to clear that 183, which is exactly what we want. And then we also got the 57 Heavy over here. And the Hori. Well, I'm going to clear this Hori. We're going to load a heat shell, and long live the Hori. That is perfect. Now, again, we do know that the VK is camping in the back, which is something I do need to be cautious about. But at the same time, I'm not too worried. 57 can't clear me, but, well, we got a really, really unfortunate shot there that just said nope. We got the Yo all the way at the back. I'm going to reload. We got 3 more seconds left, and I'm hoping that that Yo doesn't see me. Oh, there he is. Hello, Mr. Yo. There you go. Nice shot. 370 damage into him. And with that, we are up to just about 2,700 damage. Even in this battle, where we were basically shoved into one of the most unfortunate situations for a vehicle like the Kron, we are still able to deal just such an easy amount of damage. Now, hopefully, our 260 does capture base B, because obviously I don't want to lose the base capture. That is quite possibly one of the most annoying things you can have happen to you. We're going to reload, and there's 1 shell into the VK. We shot him in the ammo rack right about there. Oh, no, we didn't damage his ammo rack with that shell, and unfortunately, My teammates kind of pushed him away, which means we can't get that last shell in. But maybe, just maybe, if I'm able to drive towards him, we can get that one more shell in. And badonk, there you go. And look at that, the turret armor finally doing its job, and we get another shell into the VK. So, even though this game very clearly illustrated where some of the weaknesses are with the Kron, it still showcased just how easy of a vehicle it can be to run. We were able to deal 4,138 damage and still block 1,500. And honestly, I'd say we blocked more than 1,500, judging that 183 had the fire hash to splash us, not even deal any damage. Really, the only tank that hurt us a lot this game was the camping VK-72, which, again, wasn't much of a threat. Overall, the Kron is just an amazing vehicle when you put it in the situation to do well. And now, after its interclip buff of only 3 seconds, the ability to just go bam, bam, deal 800 hit points off of somebody, back in the cover, it just feels great. The Kron has always been one of my favorite tier 10s, and still is today, down to just how strong it is. Next up, we have the Progetto 65. This is another auto reloader. Funny, right? Yeah, I just love auto reloaders. The Italian TD, or maybe even the Contraccaro 45-ton Combattimento, which should come out, I would maybe say Christmas. I have no clue when that vehicle's scheduled to come out, but we got 2 auto reloaders right now that are in testing that I am very excited because they're both tier 10s. The Minotauro, I'm not really sure how it'll be because that's a TD, very heavily armored TD, but moreover, I really like the Progetto, as of now. This vehicle is just great, down to the fact that it's got fantastic mobility, especially after the latest update. It got a mobility buff, which is fantastic for just rushing in the position. But as well, the Progetto has an auto-reloading gun, and it doesn't suffer the consequences of poor DPM. A lot of the auto-reloaders that we know in the game have pretty poor damage per minute, like 2,000 for the Kron example. This vehicle has around 2,500, and that's if you're using it as a single shot. If you're able to dump a clip into somebody and then reload that clip, well, you're very easily sitting at upwards of 3,000 DPM. So the Progetto is super strong in that aspect. Now that was on me, honestly. I don't know why I poked that. I just kind of wanted to and learned my lesson. So that's on me. We do have our Sheridan off to the side, and I don't see much else over here. Now that guy did get bonked. There's 1 shell into the Sheridan. I would, oh yes, there you go. There's 2 shells into the Sheridan and 3. That right there is 1,083 damage we just took off of that player. Now it looks like that TV, I don't know what that player was doing. Well, I'm just going to push in. I mean, our Patton will bounce the Sheridan. Okay, that sounds like a bit of a skill issue. I'm going to be real. Please move. Thank you. Is our Patton going to lose to the Sheridan? If he loses to the Sheridan, that'll be such a sad moment. Okay, no. Oh, my God, he missed him again. That Patton is very, very skill lacking. Let's go for a shell to that Progetto. There you go. Nice shot. Unfortunately, we did get hit back. But, I mean, we've got more health. We are doing pretty okay in this situation because our mediums did push so dang aggressive. We got that Progetto again over here. And, well, we tracked him. Unfortunately, we were not able to penetrate the Progetto. But a tracking shot still does definitely a decent chunk of damage. We got the IS-7 off to the side. We got the 60. We even got the 268 up top. I'm going to aim it on that 268. Now, you will notice the big downside of the Progetto is its accuracy. It's not very good. It can hit its shells, and occasionally it will hit a nice shot like on that IS-4. But if you're not really in the front line with this vehicle, you're not really going to be hitting the majority of your shells in general. So we got that IS-4 again over here. There's a nice shell into his vehicle once, and, well, let's go for another. There, nice. Actually, I'm surprised we hit that, but we did. Okay, so we're getting damage out. Our Conf Panther's still alive, chilling over here. Hopefully that KPZ gets some nice damage, but, well, there went our IS-7, which is not good news. The base cap is slowly ticking on up, and we also got, like, the 60 over here. Obviously, I don't want to be shot by the 60 TP. Thankfully, he missed. Sheridan, you gonna badonker him for me? I'm hoping that he does, but, in the case that he doesn't, I'm gonna start moving, because we're really low on base cap, and that's definitely a problem. We know that the 268 was over there, but judging that it's not spotted there anymore, that's actually pretty good news. We got the 60 over here. I took the shell from my Sheridan, so maybe he'll actually do something. But even if the Sheridan doesn't, at least, there you go, perfect. I don't know why our Sheridan's playing so hide and campy. I mean, all they have left is 2 vehicles, but the Sheridan needs to get his butt into gear if he wants to have a chance of doing anything. So we got the 50 TP over here, and I'm just going to wait. chill. There you go, nice. And all that's left, that means, is the object 268. Now, the enemy team is climbing on base capture ever so slightly, and that's something I do need to be cautious about. But at the same time, I'm hoping that, well, there you go, perfect. The 268 fires, which means now I have the opportunity to push onto this 268, get 1 pen, get 2 pens, and there you go, a 3,600 damage victory. Not only that, but we also went up against a pretty strong platoon of both 60-something% players. So, overall, a pretty solid game. It would have been, honestly, way easier if our Patton had just, you know, done stuff, but unfortunate. That Patton, I don't even know what he was doing. He must have been firing, like, heat shells at the Sheridan Spaced Armor or something. He doesn't seem to be a bad player, but man, missing 2 shots in a Sheridan will definitely hurt you. Either way, we did a really solid job to showcase where the Progetto is really good. As you can see, the enemy team has 2 very, very solid players. In fact, that one's a 71%er. So, overall, I do really love the Progetto's playstyle. But enough about the Progetto. Let's go over to the WZ-113 GFT. Keep this video short and keep it a little bit informational. The 113 GFT is simply one of the best tier 10 TDs in the game. I do think it is better than the 268. While the 268 is my favorite tank destroyer, as I explained yesterday, it is not the best. I think that this, tied alongside the Badger, are the 2 best TDs currently in tier 10. It gets me very frustrated when I see that this is the least played tank in tier 10, yet such a strong vehicle. It makes very little sense. There's so many players out there that'll instantly buy an overpowered smasher, that'll instantly grind down a line when it comes out if it seems good. Yet a vehicle like the 113 GFT that has been buffed again and again and again, and I've said it's good every single video since the start, it is very weird to me that people still are blind to grinding down this line. Even the line itself is pretty good. The tier 8 is absolutely amazing. The tier 9, in my opinion, is fantastic. Tier 7 is, what is the tier 7? That's the only one that's mid. That's like the T-34-2 GFT or something like that. It's a decent tank, but definitely nothing amazing. But I mean, the rest of the line is absolutely fantastic, and it just weirds me out so many times why people just ignore this line. Let's talk about what makes it strong. First of all, the gun is very accurate, as you can see. Not only is the gun accurate, but it hits pretty dang hard, 640 damage per shot. The vehicle as well has fantastic frontal armor, especially after Wargaming has buffed it just so many times. Alright, now I gotta be careful here. Obviously, there is somebody in base C, and they're probably going to continue driving after they've capped the base. There you go, there's the TVP. We're just gonna fire a standard shell into his vehicle, and ooh, that's gotta hurt you, bro. Now, because the armor on this tank is so strong, I don't worry about the TVP ever penning me. I'm literally the only line of defense here, because, I mean, I literally have nobody else supporting me. So I am holding off whatever is over here. Oh, there's the Mark 6, and fire. There you go, nice shot into the Mark 6 for 608, and now we back up. And this is just a great example of where the WZ can just hold like an absolute beast. There's a bounce from the 57 Heavy. That player really can't do much to me anymore. We also got the Foch. Let's just tap him. There you go. Nice 613 damage into the Foch. Now, the Foch can pen me, so I do want to be a little careful from his vehicle. But at the same time, I mean, we're doing a pretty solid job here. This TVP really doesn't stand a chance if he were to try to YOLO me. And I'm not going to shoot this 57. I'm just going to sit here. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so in this situation, we've got a weird one. We've got the Foch, we've got the 57 over here. We got a whole bunch of tanks trying to shoot me. And the craziest part is that I am still alive, which is actually insane when you think about it. So let's get another shell into this Foch. Then we can start backing up. I'm going to start facing towards this 57 because I know this player is the one that's going to start getting shells in a second. There you go. Just baited a shot for my E100. Let's try and bounce another shell. Oh, we finally got cleared. But I mean, we did absolutely everything for our team this battle. We gave every single player a shot. And we're going to win because of that, even though not a single player thought it was important to cover one of the most important bases in the game, which is C. We're going to win because of the actions from the 113 GFT. And that just showcases where it is such a powerful vehicle. Look at how long it took the enemy to kill me. They physically could not pen me until they drove over the hill and got towards me. And I managed to clear, what, 3 vehicles in that trade? And actually, basically their whole team, because their team's dead at this point. Now, unfortunately, our Sheridan and, like, the Waffle just aren't moving. It's actually amazing to me how our team is making this game somewhat challenging to watch, but we're still going to win this. The E100's just going to boop. There you go. And, yeah, this is just a free dub. We got the Waffle left, our E75, and Well, our E100's, I'm not actually sure what the E100's doing, I'm gonna be real. I'm not sure. This is what I have come here to watch. That, yes. And there you go. That's a win. So, maybe not the best game that I could have possibly pulled out, but judging that I'm in a TD, and I was able to hold that just so darn well. There's no way an E3 could have held that well. There's no way a Badger could have held that well. It just would have been pushed on and been absolutely smackered. We were able to deal 3,500 damage while also assisting 1978, and I believe we assisted way more than that. We basically assisted every bit of damage this game, pushing every single tank into the straight line. So, I believe that the 113 GFT is just truly an amazing vehicle. Hopefully, as always, you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my opinions, but I should point out that these are my top performing vehicles. Not yours, not anybody else's, but mine. So people telling me in the comments I'm wrong, if you do that, that doesn't even make sense. It literally 0 sense. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.